welcome to Embrace Her and Thrive. Dr. Kat here on this lovely day of the week, Thursday. I'm here to talk about reflections this week. So at Embrace Her and Thrive, we believe that everyone and anyone, especially the women that we serve, can go from survival and being really stressed and feeling dissatisfied and holding on to generational curses to living the life that they really, really want. And that's something I always want to do to support you in that process of. All right. So today we're going to talk about reflections. And what do I mean by reflections? What I mean by reflections are the juicy topic of the top 10 people, places, and things that you're drawn to, and how they're mirrors reflecting back your inner experiences and your perceptions. Okay. So we're going to get into it. Try to laugh with yourself, poke a little fun at you and anybody else that you love, and not take it too hard on you when you notice, oh man, that pain still comes out. It's a living, learning, and growing process. All right? So do not use this to criticize you. Use it to learn how to love you more. That's the whole reason that we're here. All right? Okay. So let's start off with the one that's super popular. The people you date. So the people you date, and this can work out in ways that people really love or ways that people are like, no thanks. The people you date are typically going to show you what pain points and what needs you have inside and some of what your gifts and pleasures are. So if you're someone who feels like they really don't know how to handle life, you may be someone who attracts someone who likes to manage life a lot and they like to manipulate the world that they have around them. And then they just kind of loop you on in. Or someone who likes to save people from that feeling. And those people can be really sweet, but they don't always know how to make room for you to grow and fall over. So you really want to look at, are you attracting someone who is emotionally unavailable, over controlling, boring? And just look at how you are seeing yourself in this dynamic with this person. This is not about them being a good or bad person or attractive or not attractive in certain ways. This is about you noticing that you were attracted to that person and how it serves the purpose of teaching you something about yourself. Okay? And you will be that for them. You will show them parts of themselves. The second area are your friend groups. So when you look at your friend groups, are they ones where there's a lot of drama or where it's super uplifting and supportive? Look at what you need and what you're accustomed to, because our brains typically go for what we're used to. It doesn't always go to what we need as a default. So sometimes you got to be a little attentive and notice what you bring into a relationship and what you get from a relationship. A natural reciprocity does happen in most, not all. But as long as you are good with that relationship and it brings out the best version of you, and that could be a sassy version, just make sure that you're good with it though, okay? You really want to know if you're tolerating anything or if you're really enjoying it. It's relational, all of it is, okay? It's all going to sound relational with how I talk about it. The next area is workplace. This one comes up a lot. So I get romantic relationship and workplace are the two most common things that I see that people really want to talk about. With the workplace, you want to know if it's serving a place as a place of inspiration or do you just feel drained? Now, this does not mean that if you feel like you're being creative and you're really enjoying it and then you get tired, that you're being drained. You may just have creative fatigue or fatigue from using a lot of energy. But you want to make sure that it's not feeling toxic with you. A lot of people say, oh, my workplace is toxic. Yes, it may be, but what leads you, in addition to the money that you make, what leads you to keep bumping into these kinds of workplaces or the kind of people who are toxic at the workplace? Because it's generally just going to show you what's happening for you. And it might also be that you are such a helpful and healing person that a lot of toxicity can come to you as well. What are you going to do with that as well? So for helpful and healing people, the biggest thing that I work on most often is boundaries. Boundaries. You cannot overhelp someone into a better place. A lot of times it's just letting those things be a little farther away or giving you a little more space to make sure you can prioritize joy and purpose in your career, right? The next place is where you call home. Your home reflects your emotional state. Is it cluttered, chaotic, or is it clean and immaculate? Or is it cozy and calm? Or is it a little bit of a couple things? You want to make sure that it's nurturing your inner peace, that it's bringing out what you want to feel when you're at home. Even if you got people running around making noise, do you still like the way it looks when you look around? Okay. Is it loving you back? Is that relationship serving you? Do you need to spruce it up, flip some things around, get someone in there to kind of give you a new vision? There's a lot of affordable ways and people who can help you spruce it up for not a high cost. Okay. The shows and music you love. I have a conversation with one of my girlfriends about this. She loves drama. And her thing is, no, I love the darkness inside of me and I'm keeping it. And I'm like, you know what, girl, I love it for you too. Do you typically watch things that are drama and heartbreak and stress? Do you like thrillers and scary movies? Do you like your heart racing or do you like to feel chill? Or do you like a little mix? It's okay. Whatever feelings you like to feel, you can go for it. As long as you feel healthy and you feel like it's not messy and just throwing a bunch of stuff into your emotional space, you really want to be attuned to who you are and what you need in those moments that you're watching the show or listening to the music. You don't want to be in a space of numbing or validating unhealed parts of yourself as a consistent pattern. If you're numbing from your daily life, it probably means you need to change something significant about it. Probably one of the areas that we've already talked about. Next is how you spend your free time. Are you binge watching? Are you disconnecting? Are you overscheduling? I've done some of that one. It was doing something. This reflects you engaging in avoidance, taking a break, needing a little bit of me time. It really depends on the way you look at it. But most of the time, if you're always busy or you're binge watching or things like that, that's kind of leads you naturally to stay away from what's going on inside. And you can't really learn about what you're reflecting if you're not really connected with self. So you really want to notice if stillness is uncomfortable for you. Give it a try. Sit still and notice what happens in your mind. Notice how you feel. Is it unnerving? Is it soothing? I don't mean when you're like exhausted. I mean when you still feel like you have energy, sit still. Notice if you feel comfortable and safe with it or you feel uncomfortable. It'll show you if you have a pattern of not really wanting to go into that stuff, okay? All right, your relationship with food is the next one. This one, yeah, I can be guilty of that too, because I like me a nice little tiny dessert or something really tasty. I just had me something tasty for lunch. It was good. So your relationship with food, are you comfort eating? Do you eat in a restrictive way? Are you obsessing over any health trends, over your own health? Your relationship with food mirrors your dynamic with being nurtured or neglected emotionally. And sometimes if we don't get back to ourselves and we don't take care of ourselves, we can turn to food a lot to feel better. I hear that quite a bit. People say, it just helps me feel better. And I get it. But you want to make sure you feed your soul often enough so you don't have to eat the food to feel better all the time. Okay. This is not about all or none. This is about if it's just out of balance or if you're being forgotten. Next is handling conflict. How do you handle conflict? Do you fight? Do you run? Do you freeze when things get heated? The way you navigate conflict is a reflection of how you feel safe or lack thereof. You want to make sure that when you have conflict at work, in your romantic relationship, in your friendships, to the best of your abilities, you want to make sure that you can express your wants and your needs. That will help you to process and get things out. I know it can be uncomfortable at times, for sure, but you need the space is that way from birth all the way to death. You need your space emotionally in any relationship, especially when you're having a conflict. It helps you to really get it out so that you don't have to resort to other measures. You also want to look at the goals you set or don't set. Do you dream big? Do you stay stuck? Do you only do small, realistic goals? Realists are really funny. It's like that emotional kind of barrier they give themselves. But I love them for who they are. But you got the dreamers and you got the people who call themselves realistic. A lot of times you got to find the spot that really works for you. You can look at logistics of your dream, which is pretty realistic. So the dream can still be quite big based on where you are. Are you scared to set big goals, or are you comfortable with setting goals? Do you know how to take the small steps so that you can move, or do you doubt yourself and feel confused? How do you set goals or not set goals? And the last one I'm going to go over today are the conversations you have. I was talking to someone the other day and they talked about how they really just want to enjoy conversations with people from moving forward. They don't want to have conversations that are not fulfilling and fruitful. That doesn't mean that they're not going to listen to people's woes a little bit, but they don't really want to do all the gossip. Do you like to gossip? What topics do you typically come back to? Is it the gossip? Is it the complaints? Is it deep, meaningful talks? Are your conversations there to help you focus and really grow and shape your life? Or are they just adding a lot of ick to your inner world? It's not that the ick has to feel bad, but sometimes we're familiar with the feeling of ick. What do you notice? Let me know what your takeaways are from today and what your thoughts and feelings are. I would love to see them below. Some questions for you to explore. 1, what's being reflected back to me from the world? Really look into it. Give it a thought. 2, what's one step I can take to shift this reflection? When you notice something is being reflected back to you, is there anything you can change about yourself, with yourself, for yourself? And I mean that all 3, so that you can feel the way you want to feel in that dynamic. It can be with anything and everything. Okay? All right. Drop a heart if you understand and agree with any part of this, and share your thoughts and feelings, because we always want to know. All right? Love and hugs from Embrace Her and Thrive and Dr. Kat. I hope you have a wonderful week. I'll see you soon. Bye.